Hello and welcome to A Quest for Metal. Today we are doing the top 10 death songs of all time, in my opinion, what I think is the top 10 best for me, personally. Now, obviously this is going to be a subjective list, same with all the lists you get on YouTube. These just happen to be the 10 that I like the best. So, no crying over any picks on this list, it's just my opinion. Now, there are a couple of albums that I hold in really high regard with death. So there's a lot more songs from them on the list than a couple of others. But I love every Death album. They're all perfect albums. They're all like 10s out of 10s. I don't hate any of them. I don't hate any Death song. These are just the 10 songs that, sing to me. So let's get started with the list with number 10. Number 10 comes from the album Human. An amazing midpoint in the band's career. Perfect blend between the prog Death and then the early Death. So it's an amazing album, and the song I'm going to pick is Lack of Comprehension. The build-up to this is just perfect. The build-up is so kind of ethereal, it's kind of spacey, and it sets the mood, and then it pounds you into dust when the drums kick in and the riffs hit. It's just, it's an amazing mix between prog and death. Which is why Human's an amazing album. It is that perfect blend between both worlds that Death's known for. And Lack of Comprehension just, for me, on the album, it's probably one of the best songs. It just is. It just sings to me, and that intro, come on. Absolute perfection. Number 9, You'll Find a Scavenger! Scavenger of Human Sorrow. That's not anything like he sings it, but it's the way he sings Scavenger. And it's in that perfect Chuck voice. But I don't know how to replicate it, because I'm not Chuck. It's like, Scavenger! It's too good. This song is a long one. It's a very proggy one. It's from The Sound of Perseverance, the most progressive of the Death albums. Some people don't like it because of that. I think it's still an amazing album. I still give it a 10. But this song, for me, is the best on the album. How frantic that chorus is. You'll find a scavenger! The drumming, the rhythm in this song, the rhythm is mental. The rhythm is mental. How many different changes are in this song? It is a very, probably like proggy tech death-esque kind of song. But yeah, I love it. I love all the twists and turns of his vocals in it. Everything in this song is just, it's a rollercoaster ride. This song is a rollercoaster ride, and I'm with it the entire way through. Number 8, from one of my favourite albums. You might get more songs from this album later on because I love it to bits. And it is Mutilation. Mutilation is just an amazing death metal song. The way he screams Mutilation, it gets like louder and louder, and he just starts screaming it by the end of it. Top notch. Yeah. Mutilation, one of the best choruses in Death's career. I love this song, how frantic it is. It's a frantic, frenzy, fun, frolicking time. Number 7, we have Inside Crystal Mountain, Evil Takes Its Fall. Just completely ruined that song for you. You're welcome. Crystal Mountain from Symbolic. This is the song that got me into Death. This is a song that sold me on Death. It was so just unique and different to anything I've heard before. So I was listening to like proper old school like Entombed and shit like that, Pestilence, and then I heard this and I was like, whoa, this is like death metal but interesting. Not to say that the other shit's not interesting. I love the other shit because I love brutal death metal the best, but I never heard anything like this. So when Crystal Mountain came out, it kicked me in the ass, and I think actually it was Epica's cover of Crystal Mountain I heard first. And I was like, that's amazing. And then I saw that Death did it first, and I was like, who the fuck is Death? Listened to it, and I was like, yeah, Death is the king. Love Crystal Mountain. Got me into the band, so it has to make it onto the list because it made me like one of my favourite bands of all time, so good fucking job. Number 6, Leprosy, the title track from the second album. An amazing, monolithic record. Just brutal as fuck from start to finish. Just like the first 3 records, pretty much, which are probably my favourites. But yeah, Leprosy, the title track, is just so good. It's like 6 minutes long as well, so it's not just over quick. It keeps repeating the awesome riffs that you love, keeps repeating the awesome chorus that you love, because that chorus is kick fucking ass. And, I mean, the album cover also, just, come on. Love this song. It's proggy without being kind of wankery. It's just heavy as fuck, but long as fuck, so good job on that. Yeah, I can't praise Leprosy enough. It is one of my favourite death songs of all time, and that's why it's on the list.
Leprosy.
Number 5, speaking of title tracks, Spiritual Healing. The album itself is underrated. People say it's the worst. I think it's pretty good. I mean, all the death albums are 10s, so... But Spiritual Healing, the song, is a masterpiece. Again, it's very long, similar to Leprosy. It's similar to Leprosy, you know, title track, quite long, kind of proggy without being too technical. Just an amazing death metal journey. A long death metal journey that you just want to stay on forever. And the riffs in this, the riffs are intense as hell. The only bad thing I could say about Spiritual Healing is the album art's pretty fucking shit. I like all the other death art, but I don't really like Spiritual Healing's art. There's something about it. It's just odd. Kind of reminds me of Dance of Death, but not as bad. But yeah, Spiritual Healing song, long, brutal, riffs are killer, melody is infectious as fuck. Perfect song. Number 4,
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead from Scream Bloody Gore. Just love the way he sings that. When it's that really elongated evil, and then it just kind of cuts off with the dead. It's like, evil dead. I know I'm butchering it again, but it's fun. Evil Dead, what can I say? It's a song from Scream Bloody Gore, one of my favourite albums. It's intense, it's fast, it's quick. It's exactly what a death metal song should be, to be honest. I know I praised Leprosy and Spiritual Healing for being longer, but when you just want death metal, when you just want brutal death metal, you can't go wrong with Evil Dead. Come on, you can't go wrong with Evil Dead, or Mutilation, or anything from Scream Bloody Gore. Because the album is just killer, no filler, perfect. Number 3, the classic, the one that has to make the list because it's probably the most famous death song, I think. And that's
Pull the Plug.
Come on, Pull the Plug. Just that chorus.
Dun 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 dun. Pull the plug. Don't want to live this way.
Just come on, Pull the Plug is just the most infectious, the most catchy. Just a song that you just want to headbang to. From Leprosy again, one of my favourite albums. And you just imagine Chuck just like pulling people's plugs at the local hospital. Yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic for a reason. Because it's a fucking good song. And when people start talking shit about like mainstream stuff, like, oh, that's probably the most mainstream song, fuck off. Yeah? Fuck off. It's mainstream because it's good, generally. Unless it's pop music, in which case. It's still mainstream because it's good, because more people like it, so I don't understand the argument of mainstream equals bad. Mainstream doesn't equal bad. It's popularity. So, everything's subjective. I don't want to go on a rant about this, but everything's subjective. If more people are liking one thing, then that means that thing is generally considered good. You know? Generally considered good. So, mainstream, who fucking cares? If you like something, listen to it. If you like fucking the new Justin Bieber song, and you like, you know, Pestilence and Aborted, go for it. Who fucking cares? We're all dead anyway. So it doesn't matter. Okay, with that shit out of the way, let's get on to number 2. Again, from Leprosy. This album's just fucking flawless. I love it. I know some people more like the proggy, wonky side. I like it. I think it's 10s. They're all 10s, but I like the first 3 albums. And this song, Open Casket, I think is a little bit better than Pull the Plug. I really do. Open Casket, I put it in my fucking Try Not to Headbang challenge for a reason. Because it's headbangable as fuck. That drum, Phil, come on. Just doesn't sound anything like that, but you know the drumming in it is just the best drumming ever. It is. It's the most headbangable, probably the most headbangable death song, I'd say. Probably the most headbangable death song. It's stuck in my head now. That drumming is stuck in my head. Amazing vocals, intense drumming, amazing heavy, chunky riffs. got everything you want in a death metal song from one of the pioneers of death metal. So easily making it to the number 2 spot. Now, number 1, my favourite death song of all time is
Zombie Ritual.
Zombie Ritual. Ooh, but you didn't think this one would be number 1. But this is hands down easily my favourite death song of all time. Not even a fucking contest. Not even a fucking contest. Just way he sings
Zombie
and then it's like the
Ritual.
Just he screams his goddamn lungs out, and you're listening to it, and you're looking at the album cover, which is the best album cover of all time, and you're seeing the skeletons like look at you happy, and it's just like, yeah, this is bliss. This is metal. This is what I like. Scream Bloody Gore is flawless. So's Leprosy. So's Spiritual Healing. So's Symbolic. So's Human. So's Sound of Perseverance. So's Individual Thought Patterns are all bloody amazing. They're all bloody amazing albums. If you have any of those other songs from those albums top, I would not argue. You could have Cosmic Seed top, and I would not argue, because that's a fucking amazing song as well. Vacant Planets top. You could have fucking Spirit Crusher top. I don't care. They're all beautiful songs. And this just happens to be my top 10, because I love these the best. Hopefully you guys had some fun. Let me know in the comments below your favourite death songs of all time. And if there is a death song that you don't like. Because for me, I like all of them. There's not a single one I don't like. And that's hard to do, because usually, like, the songs I don't like from Iron Maiden, the songs I don't like from Dream Theater, you know, those are some of my favourite bands. There's some songs from Behemoth I'm not that keen on, so it's really hard when a band is a flawless discography, and Death just has one. Death has one. Love them to bits. One of my favourite bands of all time. Amazing. But yeah, let me know if any songs don't tickle your fancy. Put them in the comments below, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.